Hello amigos, ¿cómo están? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Chivas' second game of the season against XOLOS away from home. And yeah, it was a pretty bad game, pretty terrible game in more ways than one. I'm going to try and go through all the main bits and give my opinion on it because a lot happened in this game, bad and worse. And I've got an opinion on it as I always do. So the first off, we lost 4-2, a really bad scoreline. Um, where do I start? Obviously, the first half wasn't so bad, considering I say that. I mean, the first half of the first half wasn't too bad. I thought Chivas came out of the gates pretty well. I think it was a very even game, end to end. Both chances had a decent amount. Both sides had a decent amount of chances, should I say? But yeah, then the whole first controversy happened, and that was obviously they scored in the 26th minute. Pretty cheap goal to concede, to be honest with you. And going 1-0 down, you're thinking, oh crap, because we've been terrible at trying to score this season. So you're thinking, okay, here we go. Obviously, away from home is going to be tough. And then obviously Cisneros gets subbed off for Pocho Guzman. I'm not quite sure if Cisneros is injured or what. I don't know why he started. I tweeted out, I like Cisneros, but I don't think he's good enough to play for Chivas anymore, let alone start. I don't think he's good enough to start. I think he's one of the players that we should be shipping out, if I'm being brutally honest. Pocho comes on. I was happy with that actually. I thought Pocho should have started. I think Pocho should start every single game, but he didn't really do too much in this game. So maybe Cisneros was a decent option starting, but anyway, I mean, that's what happened in the first half. I didn't think it was too bad of a first half, apart from conceding a sloppy goal. The first goal they conceded the whole season, so at 1-0 down, you're thinking, okay, well, then we can come back from this. We've got substitutions on the bench that can make a difference, hopefully. We'll just go at them, and we did. The first 5 minutes or so of that first second half was really good from Chivas. It eventually ended up in the Chicharito goal. This is the first, or the second, should I say, the main for me, the beginning of the end of this game for me. Atrocious refereeing, and I'll go into my opinion on that in a minute, but let's just go over what happened. Chicharito scored a legitimate goal. Was incorrectly ruled out offside. Everything about this annoys me extremely. It pisses me off actually. First of all, it took like 10 minutes for the VAR to check. They couldn't seem to figure it out. The referee went over and basically said, no, it's offside, so I'm not going to count it. Turns out it was onside. You should all have seen the pictures by now and the video footage of him perfectly onside. There's no legit reason for the goal to be ruled out, and if that goal stood, then I think the game would have ended much differently. Ruled out, and then thinking, what the hell? And then there's more, because not long after that, they go and score a second goal. Again, just sloppy defending. It's just really bad defending. It's pretty disappointing considering that we've been really well drilled in our defensive play. Our defence has been what's been good over the last, not just these two games or this game or the last game, but towards the end of last season our defence was pretty good. It was just our offence that was just terrible. But again, 2-0 down, it should have been 1-1, but it is what it is. And then Kate goes and scores a really good goal. Again, perfectly legit goal. But no, let's get another 10 minutes worth of VAR check. And this time, I mean, I tweeted out, like, when they went in, I said, rule that out. And then they ended up almost doing that. You could blatantly tell that they really wanted to, but they couldn't. So that goal stood, but it, again, took ages for the VAR check. We've been spoiled in the Euros and Copa America with VAR checks doing 2 seconds, no time, bosh. This was just dragged out and dragged out and dragged out and dragged out. It was so annoying. VAR checked for everything. Then they go and get a penalty. And now this is what really annoys me, because it wasn't even a penalty. I felt that the player dived. Obviously Guti goes in a bit heavily, but the player dived. There was no contact. It was a bit of a shoulder to shoulder, but that's not a tackle. I felt like he dived, and I think that, that penalty was not worth giving. But bosh, 3-1. So you think, okay, that's game over, because that was like 70th minute or so. And by that point, Chivas was over, and then they go and score twice more, and suddenly it's 4-1. And I tweeted out, gets to like, the 88th minute or so, and I tweeted out basically saying this is atrocious. The defence has been bad, the attack's been bad, the refereeing has screwed us over. The VAR was absolutely. I mean, Chivar, the whole meme of Chivar is completely dead and buried now. The idea that VAR is pro Chivas is dead, it's gone, and it hasn't existed for a while now. And this is legit the last proof that we needed that that's not a thing. So yeah, 4-1, and then who else? Armando Gonzalez, the guy I've been going on and on and on and on and on about. No, he deserves a chance. Marin hasn't done anything, although he did get an assist in this game. He hasn't done much, to be honest with you, for a while. And Chicharito had another disappointing game, albeit he had a legit goal ruled out, so we have to give him that, I guess. It was a really good Chicharito kind of goal as well. It's just a poacher's goal. Just unfairly, criminally ruled out. I'm not going to get over that goal, that VAR check for a long time. But Armando Gonzalez, HORMIGA himself, gets his goal. Really good goal as well. Basically kind of trips the keeper and it goes in. And I'm pretty sure that's his first goal for the senior team. I think it's his debut as well. Definitely in the league anyways, his league debut. And just he couldn't even celebrate it. I've seen the goal quite a lot because it's the only good thing about this entire game, in my opinion. Keikal's goal was pretty decent as well, and he's improved, by the way. Keikal is definitely better now than he was last season. Must have had a really good off season. Must have been training well because he's done well. So he got a good goal, but Gonzalez's goal was great. But he couldn't even celebrate it. That's the thing. He goes and gets the ball straight away and runs back because obviously we're trying to get another goal. It just pains me that it's his senior debut goal and he couldn't even celebrate it, which sucks. But that's what I've been crying out for, man. Chicharito, we didn't buy Chicharito for him to start every single game, for him to be the main striker. He's too old for that now. He's too past his prime for that. No disrespect to him, he's an absolute legend. He's not just a Chivas legend, he's a Mexico legend. For me, top 3, maybe. But I mean, I'd say the top 3, probably the third top Mexican player of all time. Sorry if that hurts you, but it's true. No disrespect to him, but he's backup. He's not supposed to be starting every single game. And Marin's not good enough to be a starting striker for Chivas. If we want to start winning titles, if we want to start winning games, in game out, Marin's not the guy. He's had a couple of decent games for us. He's scored a couple of decent goals, handful. He's not an out striker. He's not good enough, in my opinion. I think Armando deserves a chance. I tweeted out at the end of the game, said if Armando doesn't start, I think we've got Querétaro next week, or midweek, sorry. If he doesn't start that game, then I'm going to puke. I really legit will puke up because he deserves a start. We should be throwing all of our lots in with Armando Gonzalez and just start playing him. He's got youth on his side. He's got energy on his side. He can run around. He's young. He can run around the whole game, and he can get in good positions. He's a striker. He's good at scoring goals, and he's proved that today. I feel really vindicated, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a load of other people out there, loads and loads of other people out there that know that he has been deserving of his chance for a while. And he deserved his chance today. And look, we can all sit there and go, see what we've been telling you. It's just so infuriating. Marin and Chicharito should be starting. We should be starting Armando Gonzalez, have him play 65, 70 minutes, and if he can't score, then bring on Chicharito against a tired defence and see what he can do. And even Marin, I think Marin could do well against a defence that had been playing for over an hour. Just an overall terrible performance on the pitch. I've been going on about the VAR decisions. The VAR really screwed us this game. I mean, it's not even up for debate. It's not even, I don't know about that. That's legit, in your face, clear as day, screwed over by the VAR. Just probably the worst VAR experience I've ever witnessed in a football game before, that I've witnessed anyway. Absolutely atrocious, just absolutely terrible. And the refereeing wasn't that great either, although he did book some of the Cholos players when they absolutely deserved it. But it's not all down to that, and it's not all down to Gargo as well. Gargo, for me, shouldn't have started Cisneros. His substitutions kind of, in the end, kind of paid off a little bit with Armando at least. But something's gone wrong offensively. Like, when I was tweeting out just as HORMIGA was scoring, funnily enough. But even with his goal, his goal and Kekal's goals were the only two shots that we had on target in the entire game. I think Cholos had 9 on target. I think they had like 20 shots in total. I think we had like 7 or 8. Offensively, we're diabolical right now, and something needs to change. We need to stop starting Chicharito, like I said, and Marin as well. Maybe start playing 2 strikers. A lot of people saying, when we have 2 strikers, maybe Cheech and Armando Gonzalez, or Cheech and Marin, and swap. I don't know what the option is, but I know what's not working, and it's this. Starting Cheech or starting Marin is just not working. Piojo's not really got back from Copa America. I think that's the sink of Mexico right now is on Piojo still. Kekal's done well. Like I said, I think he's the only player offensively that's really legitimately improved on last season. Pocho hasn't really, but he hasn't been given that much of a chance, although he got more of a chance today than he probably was expecting. That's it really. Kekal's done well. Armando did well, and that's it. Every other offensive player stunk. Gutierrez, I thought, had an average game. Nene Beltran as well. It was just horrible, but I don't know. It's a combination of all three. It's Gargo's naivety with his starting 11, with Cisneros in particular. It's the whole team's inability to score a goal. Having said that, we did score 2 goals, and we rightfully scored 3 goals today. And it really should have ended 4-3, not 4-4. But and also the referee. I mean, even if we'd been on fire, we'd have had to score at least 5 goals to win this game, because VAR was just on one today. It's not all down to them. It's partly Gargo as well, partly the whole squad. It's just a terrible game, and obviously everything that happened off the field, I'm not going to talk about that now, because obviously details are still sketchy, but all the fighting in the stands has been well documented. I'm going to comment on that, and I'll say that's just really disgusting. Even all the Chivas fans that were involved, obviously it was Chivas fans against Cholos fans. It's disgusting. You don't want to see that in a football game. You want your family and your kids to go to these games, and to have grown men just fighting each other. It just brings the whole game in Mexico into disrepute and makes it look terrible, unfortunately. And like I said, I'm not quite sure the answer is. For me personally, I think they should install away ends like the Premier League does. Segregate home fans from the away fans. Don't have them all mixing up, because it just doesn't work. Sometimes it works, and most of the time it does work, but it comes down to the IQ and the brains of the people there, and the amount of alcohol they've drunk or don't drink alcohol. I mean, Premier League teams, basically you can't drink in the stands during the game. You can have a beer or something at half time or before the game or after game, but not during the game. And I think that's the way to go, because people in Mexico, there's some people out there that all seems to just want to go to the game just to drink, and they start fights. Just ugly scenes, man. I think they should start implementing real changes, because while it's cool and it's a nice idea to have mixed fan bases, it just doesn't work. Safety wise, it just does not work. You need to start segregating the 2 fan bases and have real security. There didn't seem to be any security. There was a full on brawl by the looks of it, with dozens of people on either end. I couldn't see a security guard in sight. There's probably security eventually that went there, but Cholos is a venue that I wanted to go to, and I probably will go to eventually. I wanted to go my first trip to LA. I just couldn't make it because Mexico ended up playing at the Rose Bowl, and I decided to stay up there instead of going down to San Diego. But it's a venue I really want to go to, but it really puts you off sometimes because it's like, I don't want to be in the crossfire, I don't want to be sat in the wrong end with the wrong people, and it kicks off at the wrong time, and I'm stuck there with a load of guys basically throwing limbs. And I'm sure everyone else that was there didn't want to be involved in that either. So just really discussing whoever was involved, if they can be identified, just ban them all because they're the ones that's wrong with Mexican football, in my opinion. Just ban them all from every game. From now on for life, ban them all for life. Maybe jail time, especially if what I think happened after the game happened. Then hell yeah, there should be criminal, criminal proceedings and stuff. But yeah, as far as in the game stuff, I mean, football's not that important. We all love our clubs, we all love our fan bases, and we all love, our fellow fans, and we all love our players and stuff. And some of us, it gives us reason to talk and go out and hang out, and there is a bit of a gang mentality in that, but it's also camaraderie and stuff. But it's not that serious. It's not serious enough to actually physically hurt people anymore. And, football, I think, has moved on from the whole, okay, let's go to the football game so that we can fight the other fan base, like physically. It's not that deep anymore. It's a sport. It's a professional sport, and it's a pastime. And it's something that we want our kids involved in because obviously, kids become fans because their parents become fans. It's how we all become fans of football. And yeah, it's just a shame that some people have to go and ruin it. And yeah, it is what it is. It was just a sad end to a very, very bad day, to be honest with Chivas. And obviously Gago's worst game in charge of Chivas by a mile. The only good thing about it was the Armando Gonzalez goal. Also, it was good to see K-Cal scoring as well. He's probably got a lot of confidence from that. But just a terrible game. A really horrific day to be a Chivas fan, to be honest with you. In every single sense, on the pitch and off the pitch. And yeah, I hope lessons are learnt because, Chivas, one draw and one loss down now. I don't want to panic because there's plenty of more games left to go this season. We've got Querétaro, I think Mazatlan after that. No disrespect to them, but they should be winnable games. If we can win them, 6 points, we're probably mid-table again. But it's embarrassing, man. XOLOS are a decent team now. They've got a decent manager, Juan Carlos Osorio, who I keep forgetting is now their manager. And they've got some decent players as well, but they shouldn't have spanked us the way they did. They're not that good. They did have help from Chivas, but they did have help from VAR. But we just need to start being more prolific in front of goal. Something needs to change. Gaga needs to sort something out because we're just not scoring enough. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's my opinion on everything I can think of that happened in the game. Yeah, just disappointment. I've been deflated for the whole day. Yeah, I mean, it's 9 p.m. now and the game kicked off at 11 a.m. for me, so it's been not fun actually, sarcastic fun, 12 hours or so. So yeah, it is what it is, but hopefully, we bounce back in midweek against Querétaro. I think it's Tuesday night local time, but I think it's Wednesday morning my time, which I'm off for, so I can watch that at home, which is nice. Yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to leave it for you now. Let me know what you thought about the game, about Armando's goal, should he start next game? Was I proven right? Were we all proven right? There's a whole load of people, especially Dan in the comments. He's always coming. He agreed with me about Armando as well. So there's a lot of people out there that think that Armando should be starting games now, and good on that because good on him as well. Because he was the only good thing about this game. So leave a like and leave a comment as well. I always reply. I know I will always reply if you're an American fan or whoever that wants to laugh. I'll reply to you if you want. Like, subscribe as well if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. The subscribers are going up quite good. I'll release a video near the time about my giveaway, just so that you guys know where to vote and stuff, because I'll be picking out a couple of shirts for you to choose which one should be in the giveaway. Yeah, anyway, I'm a bit deflated now, so I'm gonna go now. So take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys in a few days actually for the Querétaro game. So take it easy and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.